Hey folks, this is Jim Horn and welcome back to Travers Talks. And weather-wise, we've just had one great weekend. Anyway, let's get on with the news wrap for July 31st to see what's shaping up here in Grand Traverse County and the city this week. First up, a downtown Traverse City is in the middle of a hotel building boom. A group of local investors, Adam Miller, Chad Miller, Jason Granger, and Nathan Kessler, have a deal to buy the 96-year-old Park Place Hotel from Regency Midwest Ventures. That's the first local ownership of the Park Place in the past 30 years. AH Hospitality, the group behind Grand Rapids Amway Grand Plaza, will operate it, and the sale is expected to close this fall. It's really part of a bigger wave downtown with two brand new hotel projects also underway and a landmark building recently hitting the market. Next up, Traverse City Commissioners made a move to protect downtown street level. In a 5-1 vote, they banned short-term vacation rentals on the first floor of buildings in the city's core commercial district and put new limits on using that prime street-facing space for parking or storage. The city says it's about keeping downtown sidewalks lively, not turning them into dead space. In that same meeting, commissioners approved swapping out about 351 old parking meters downtown for a new smart meter system. I can remember the days, as most of you can. Remember, you had to put a quarter in or a dime in. You were running, or you had in your car, you had a big, in your cup holder, you had all this change in there for the parking meters. I'm glad those days are gone. Downtown housing is also moving forward. Developer Innovo, the group behind the Breakwater Apartments, is building an 88-unit, 6-story complex on Hall Street in the warehouse district between the Candle Factory and the Beta Transfer Station. It'll include ground floor commercial space and a parking garage. And worth noting, the project has already broken ground, even as a lawsuit challenging the building's height is still pending. This is sort of a sad story, a somber anniversary this week. July 26th marked 1 year since Bradford Gill's knife attack on 11 people at a Traverse City area Walmart. Gill was initially ruled incompetent to stand trial after schizophrenia diagnosis, but after 6 months of court-ordered treatment, he was found competent again this past May, and the case will now move back towards trial. So let's turn our attention to a couple of national stories. The American Farm Bureau Federation says U.S. row crop farmers will lose more than $31 billion this year because of tariff-driven trade disruption, and it could get worse with losses projected near $32 billion in 2027 without more federal help. Corn, soybean, wheat, and cotton growers are all facing wider losses per acre. That's on top of the more than $7 billion specialty crop growers, including fruit growers right here in Michigan, lost last year. The White House points to deals like China agreeing to roughly double its soybean purchases, but farm groups say, hey, that's really not enough. Bottom line, farmers are heading into a second straight year of red ink on some of the country's biggest crops. And finally, I love bipartisan pushes, especially on this one. A bipartisan push on rural broadband picked up steam last week. Senators Tammy Baldwin and Joni Ernst introduced a bill to ease reporting burdens on small rural internet providers. A separate bill from Senators Thune, Fetterman, and Fisher aims to fix the FCC's broadband coverage maps that determine where federal funding actually goes. Advocates say those maps have long overstated coverage in areas that don't still have reliable internet. It's part of a bigger, slow-moving federal effort, including that $42 billion BEAD program to close the broadband gap for rural communities right outside our city limits. And the more that people have access, folks, to the internet, the better off they're going to be. Glad to see that's moving forward. Anyway, hey, that's your Friday news wrap. Thanks for listening to Travers Talks. I'm Jim Horn. Hey, we'll see you next week, and it will be August already. Take care. Have yourself one great day.